California. Shahbazyan, 1 inch taller, 3.5 inches in reach, goes to Hermansson. Setting the table tonight, the one and only Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the UFC Apex in Las Vegas for UFC Fight Night. Fought versus Garbrandt. And now, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding professional record, 11 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Glendale, California, presenting the number 10 ranked middleweight contender in the world, Edmen, the Golden Boy, Shahbazyan. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 21 wins, 6 losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 186 pounds. Fighting out of Oslo, Norway, by way of Uddevalla, Sweden, presenting the number 7 ranked middleweight contender in the world, Jack the Joker Hermansson! And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Herb Dean.
Give me every bit of this fight. To start the main card, Chrissy Blair with us here in Las Vegas. Glad you are as well on ESPN+.
Ready, let's fight.
Batman Jack Hermansson with the curly locks flowing, -150 as the favorite. Edmen Shahbazyan +120 as the underdog in the black.
I mean, that was some serious intensity from Jack Hermansson.
Oh man,
I love it.
That's the game, right? These are game-faced guys. They are all smiles and friendly outside the octagon, but it's business time now.
Yeah, so the interesting thing for Shahbazyan, as we know, he's a tremendous striker. But he lost his undefeated record essentially to being out-wrestled. So is that going to have an impact, a negative impact on how he fights? Sometimes it does. Sometimes it can cause a fighter to clam up and not throw as frequently. So far it looks good though. I mean, that's how he's going to win this fight for sure, by letting the hands go and the feet. And so far, he's looking slick.
Yeah, very slick with the combos. Jack did land a huge leg kick on Edmen earlier, though.
Yeah, Shahbazyan didn't even try to move. He just kind of sat into it through his own jab. Dodged that one. Counter left for Shahbazyan. Now leads with the jab.
What Jack likes to do, though, he's tremendous on the ground. And in terms of his wrestling, he has more of a Greco-Roman approach. So he wants to back Shahbazyan up, try and get a body lock, and then from there look to take him down. With him being backed up like this against the fence, this plays heavily into the favor of Shahbazyan. Not only is he controlling the octagon, he's controlling the tempo and the pace of the fight, he's also not against the fence. He has the entirety of the octagon behind him. That's going to make it really hard for Jack to get a clinch.
3 weeks from tonight, Glendale, Arizona welcomes a capacity crowd, and UFC 263, 2 epic title rematches, plus Leon Edwards versus Nate Diaz in a 5-round slugfest. UFC 263 is June 12th, available for purchase on ESPN+. First shot of the fight from Hermansson. Shahbazyan escapes from danger.
And it's just like you were saying, Michael, that that's not necessarily his bread and butter to get those takedowns from there, but he's being forced that way by the pressure of Shahbazyan.
Exactly.
You saw how sloppy that was and how easily defended from Edmen. Oh, the jab is on point tonight for Shahbazyan. Nice feint.
Yeah, draws the attack out of Hermansson. And Shahbazyan keenly aware of his last fight. It's like, yeah, everyone's going to think they can just take me down. He mentions an adrenaline dump, too. He said he was looking for a one-shot knockout. It was his first main event, the big spotlight, and he just had nothing left in the tank, but he looks pretty composed through the first 3 minutes. Big right hand on the combination.
Yeah, he's looking really slick right now, giving Jack a lot of problems. Hermansson's not really been able to get anything going. The speed is a real issue for Jack. the technique and the snappiness as well.
Yeah, so snappy and going to the body really well. And I think he's going to start changing that up. I think Edmen's doing a really good job of doubling up that jab and throwing that right hook to the body of Hermansson.
This is what Jack Hermansson needs. Yeah, this is what he's been waiting for the whole fight so far.
Wow.
But circles away from the fence, disengages, and then goes right back to work with the hands. And what you've got to watch with Shahbazyan is right now it's all boxing. But he sets them up, he sets the trap, he makes you think it's going to be a boxing match, and then boom, a left high kick comes out of nowhere and puts you to sleep.
Hermansson's got to be feeling good, especially after that 1-2 wobbles Hermansson.
Even that leg kick is
feeling good, I meant to say.
labored.
Sorry about that. Another combination.
Yeah, he's really in the flow here. Shahbazyan is just, he's having fun out there. He almost can't miss with his shots. He's got the speed advantage. He's circling away to avoid the clinch right now. Throws a kick and then gets on his bike again. Really nice measured performance so far by Shahbazyan. And you see Hermansson every time covering up with a really tight guard.
Yeah, his face
Not tight enough that time.
That was a good calf kick from Hermansson.
Goes inside leg kick that time. Final 30 seconds, round number 1. Oh, man, heavy shots. Stiff jab.
Yeah, that hurt, Jack.
Blood dripping from the nose of Hermansson. Hermansson trying to walk him down. Land a big shot at the end of the first round. Round 2 coming up. The new unified rules of MMA, except the down fighter rule. That's the old rule, 1 hand down instead of 2 constitutes a down fighter. The replay official Octagon side can invoke instant replay at any time during the fights, and the fight can be restarted. Fighters and camps have been made aware. All right, Hermansson making no bones about the strategy in round 2.
Yeah, no, Hermansson knows he has to get the takedown. He's got to get the clinch. The problem was in the first round, Shahbazyan had excellent evasive footwork. He was dancing around the side of the octagon just when he needed to. This time, Hermansson went forward with a real sense of urgency, managed to get the clinch. And as we see here, great takedown.
This is what Hermansson wants all day. Be on top, ground and pound, and then look for the submission.
And it's not what he wants, it's what he needs.
Yeah.
You know, judging by that first round, that was a big round for Shahbazyan. Did a lot of damage, but he didn't take away the confidence of Hermansson. He started, you know, with authority in round 2, and now he's in control of the fight.
Speaking of damage, I don't know what's on that left eyebrow of Shahbazyan on the bottom. I don't know if there's a cut on him or if the blood from Hermansson dripped down. Either way, he's back to his feet.
There's a small cut
Right on the eyebrow.
right between.
Yeah, Shahbazyan isn't out of the woods yet. He's got his arm around his neck. And Hermansson is a very, very crafty submission artist. You see him, he's trying to jump up. He's got a tremendous squeeze. As I said before, he took out Jacare with a modified guillotine. For Shahbazyan, he's got to fight the hands and get his head out of there.
Nice. There he does. Oh, fires an elbow. Hermansson sticking to him like white on rice.
Now it's Shahbazyan with the potential
Wow, that's
guillotine.
tight.
He hasn't got control with the legs,
Oh,
though.
man, that is under the chin.
Yeah, but that was beautiful work from Hermansson to hop right to the side.
Tough guy to
get
do it
out
against.
of there. Yeah.
And then look at that progressing to mount. Almost nicely defended, but he's almost got it. He just needs to shimmy forward.
Nice work from Shahbazyan to get that half guard back.
Yeah, and this is great for Hermansson. Not only, you know, of course, he's not taking damage on the feet, but if he doesn't get a stoppage, the submission that he's looking for in this round, he's wearing on Shahbazyan. He's slowing him down.
Exactly.
He's able to punish him a little bit. Beat a little of the fight out of him. Let him know, hey, this is not going to be an easy night at the office. I'm not just going to fall over and take that. Now you're in my world, now I'm going to do some damage. So, and on the flip side, psychologically for Jack, this is huge. He's trying hard to get that mount position. And if he does, Edmen he's going to be in a lot of trouble.
Almost had it. Still got the left leg in there.
Yeah, Jack really showing him that we're in an MMA fight. You might be able to beat me up all day, but as soon as I get one takedown, you're down in my world. And Hermansson really showing who's the stronger grappler here in this second round.
Well, as he said, it's all about who can make it their fight. And in round 2, this is Hermansson's world.
You see, the thing is, I mean, of course, Shahbazyan said, listen, I want to prove that I'm not a bad grappler. And he's worked in all areas of mixed martial arts ever since that loss to Brunson. But just because he's got better,
how about that?
Doesn't mean he's as good as Hermansson. But that said, he turns the tables.
Well, Alan Jouban was saying that Edmen Shahbazyan isn't a fish out of water on the ground, despite what he showed against Derek Brunson last year. And so reverses position, now top position, and fires a big elbow.
But again, Edmen has to be careful because he's still engaging in the grappling moves. You know, in this world, he's still playing the game. Hermansson, you know, he's crafty down there. If he can turn the tables and get on top, then it's right back into his world. Shahbazyan, if he can, should disengage.
And Shahbazyan was trying to scoot that right leg free. He'll stay in top half now. Big elbow as he goes back for the neck. 30 seconds, round 2.
Yeah, Jack trying to get to his base, but Edmen just using all the right pressure to keep him down and trying to grab that wrist. Now he's got a little space. And nice work there from Edmen Shahbazyan to keep him down flat on his back. Start working your ground and pound. Watch your arms.
Heavy ground and pound for Shahbazyan through the final seconds.
Big finish.
Round 3 should be good. UFC. Gotta think it's coming down to this third and final round. Number 10, Edmen Shahbazyan. Number 7, Jack Hermansson. A lot at stake over these final 5 minutes.
Yeah, you would think it's probably one apiece. But that second round was close.
Yeah.
Shahbazyan, you know, he made it kind of hard to judge that one.
Live odds -160 in favor of Shahbazyan.
I gotta say,
big uppercut backs up the Joker. Aljamain Sterling chiming in. Be interesting to see how the second round is scored after this one's over. Both had some big moments. There's the shot by Hermansson.
This is nice for Jack. You know, the movement of Shahbazyan slowed down in round 2 and slowed down in the third. That's what allowed Jack to get this clinch and get the takedown. This is massive for Hermansson. I mean, this is a close fight. Round 1 was all Shahbazyan, no doubt about it. Round 2, I'll give it Hermansson, but it was close.
Yeah, if I'm Jack, I'm looking for a finish in this third round just because of the way that second ended. I'm not saying you can't give him that fight like you said. You know, most of that round was all Hermansson, but man, with the way judging has been lately, you definitely don't want to go into this third round thinking, all right, I think I'm good.
And if you look at this now, Shahbazyan's got both shoulders on the canvas. That's not where you want to be. That says to me that he's a little tired. He's not turning on his side. He's not trying to scramble. He's almost accepted the position. And Jack is slowly trying to pass that guard. The guard opened for a second there of Edmen. He's closed it up now. But if Jack manages to get across the side control, it's going to be a problem for Shahbazyan.
We'll see what the game plan is of Shahbazyan as we come up on 3 minutes. He had the leg wrapped and kind of content with regaining his composure from bottom position, but he figured he can't afford to let this happen for another 3 minutes. He's got to get back to his feet.
Yeah, he's got to move. He cannot afford to lie flat on his back like this. It's rule number 1 in jiu-jitsu. You don't lie on your back. You've got to be on your side. You've got to be on your shoulders. You've got to be moving. You can't lie there like this. This is making it easy for Jack to A, control him, and B, do damage, and C, just win this round.
Yeah, that's a nasty cut on the right eye, I think. It's starting to leak a little bit.
Yeah, and for Jack, he's going to sit here in half guard. He's fine sitting here. Every time he's gone to mount or tried to mount, that was giving Edmen the space to get back up. So you see him making big adjustments already, just hanging out here, using his ground and pound. Now, unfortunately, the only issue is that second round, right? We're kind of in a mystery right now. We don't know who got the win in that second round. That's going to be a big deal if this goes to a decision.
Well, 2 more minutes of this, you're looking at a strong 10-8 possibility for Hermansson as well.
That's a good point, Brendan. It really is. 10-8s are a lot more frequent these days. And, you know, with the new scoring, if you win by a large margin, that's a 10-8. It used to be a 10-8 for the confusion for people watching. You had to almost kill the guy to get a 10-8. Now it's a convincing round. When it's a real close round and one guy just kind of steals it, that's a 10-9. A heavy round like this, so far, is a 10-8 for Hermansson. So
yeah, he's smashing him here.
Edmen has to do something. He's got to get the underhook on the right side. He's got to get on his side. He's got to wall walk. He's got to get full guard. But right now, Hermansson is one step ahead the whole time.
Still just sitting in top half
there
control.
Oh, big elbows here. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is
taking a good
round
look
right
here. 60 seconds to go. Jack Hermansson has some of the best grounded pound we've seen inside the octagon, and he is showing all of it
and
in
just
this
the
final
heart,
round.
Man, the heart of him. You know, you're talking about a guy who's just getting over COVID, basically, right? And had to be postponed and really didn't get back to full training until recently. And he said, listen, that only evens the playing field. That's how good my cardio is coming into these fights. Now it might just be even.
Yeah. He said 50% of me is better than all of him. Round strikes approaching 100. Shahbazyan, it's time to throw up a Hail Mary. He's running out of time.
Got to watch where that punch goes.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Almost very low, but this is an extremely dominant round for Hermansson. It's got to be a 10-8 round for sure.
Knee on
Look
belly,
at this, finishing
over in the
with
mouth.
authority.
Exclamation point on the end for the Joker. And then he helps you up. Edmen Shahbazyan and Jack Hermansson go the distance. The scorecards have been tallied. They are inside the octagon with Bruce Buffer. Edmen Shahbazyan, Jack Hermansson. Who wins? Let's find out. Here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 29-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Jack the Joker Hermansson.
So 29-27s across the board means it was a 10-8 from all 3 judges.